So I don't know what happened. Um, it just ended the live. So that's like, I don't know what just happened. Um, so give me a minute. So I
That
don't
was
know
weird.
what just happened.
Did your phone die? That's what I assumed.
My phone is good, but I had an alarm, and I guess instead of swiping up, I hit snooze, and then the thing just exited. So I don't know if it saved any of all that we just talked about, because if it didn't, I'm going to be type upset. Because do you know if it saves?
I have no clue.
I
This
just
is my
lost
first time ever doing
being live.
a live, yeah.
I have to check that out because normally it goes to saved. That's a bummer if it didn't save. Because I even stopped recording it on, because I use Instagram Live to do the lives, and then I use Anchor to do the audio version. But I stopped using Anchor because the feedback it's far away because I'm on my phone, so I don't even have backup on here. So
if you want to like rapid fire through questions and like I'll quickly answer.
That was like a good conversation. I'm so bummed. I can probably try to find it, but if it's like a different version of what we were talking about, that's cool. I think it saves to your like insights or something. I think that's how I set it up.
Hopefully.
But we can just kind of like do like a mini synopsis of what was happening. Oh, that's so annoying.
That's okay.
That's so annoying. It's okay,
man.
Oh my gosh. All right. So I usually talk for like 5-10 minutes rambling about nothing. So blah, blah, blah. I'll just start over again. Yaza.
Rewind.
Rewind, right. So another episode of Pure Sessions with Lana. Hi. It was funny because normally I don't do them on Mondays before because the show airs on some day this week. I can't remember right now. Don't mind me. I would do them on that day, but I'm trying to do different things, so I do it in advance, so I can add a little bit here, add a little bit there. And since, it's just me, I don't really want to post me talking for 30 minutes, so I'll do like little increments here and there to give you like little doses type of thing. So I'm always saying, oh, hope everybody had a great week. But I'm like, oh, wait, it's Monday. The week didn't start yet. But like, hope you had a good weekend. So yeah. And I usually say at the end, where to find me. So I'll save that to the end, all that branding and stuff. But if you want to just, say where your handle is, what you do. And I'll mention later when we get off what we were saying before. I kind of remember the important stuff. Not that what we were saying was important, but like I'll probably add that in the description too. So.
All right. So I'm Faye. I go by Content Creates everywhere. I'm on Instagram, Twitter, and many other social platforms. You can find me on 𝗕𝗿𝗄, ArtStation, DeviantArt, anywhere. Just try to look for Content Creates. You might find me. Might not be an active page, but you'll find me. Sadly. But yeah, and I'm also on ContentCreates.com. I've been working on my website a lot lately. And I'm like working on optimizing everything to make everything easier for other people to find my art and like a just collective. So that's exciting. Yeah, that's like a general synopsis of where you can find me. I do illustration mostly, but also graphic design. I worked on your cover art. I love making cover art. I paint. Oh, I forgot to like show this in the beginning. I actually bought a couple of my paintings, just like so I could show you. Here's like an old one I made.
That's cute.
Thanks. It's small, but I didn't want to bring any big ones. There's this one.
Oh.
Yeah. And this one. Clouds.
That's cute. You literally have painted all of my favorite colors. That's insane.
What are your favorite colors?
It used to be pink for whatever reason, but I hate pink. I mean, if you like pink, cool. But I'm like,
I'm not too big of a fan of pink.
And the funny thing is, I'm wearing pink. That's the dumbest thing. But what else? I used to like lilac. I don't know why. This variation of purple. I don't know where that came from. But now my favorite color is black. Black everything.
Black, really?
It's just easier. It hides the bulges and the little bumpity bumps. And I'm like, let me just
No, I
black.
feel you. When it comes to clothes, I feel like I'm at my hottest when I'm wearing black jeans. Yep, jeans in black, that's great. I like black and white and beige combos for clothes.
Oh, yeah.
But when it comes to regular colors, I love purple.
I mean, purple's so warm, even though it's kind of on the other side of the scale. But it's a warm color if you wear it right.
Mm-hmm.
So
I feel like purple is very passionate in a way.
Yeah,
really, like,
it is.
It has a lot of personality, in my opinion.
But what if you're like quiet, like I am? Like I don't have personality when it comes to colors. I'm just like, this is what I'm wearing. That's just that.
Yeah.
Like,
I feel like even if you're quiet, you can, when you like express yourself with things that aren't your voice, I feel like each thing that you express yourself with has different meanings. Like one day's a more passionate day just because you're wearing red because you don't talk too much, you know?
That's true. I feel like people think, excuse me, all I wear is just black because I'm just like, whatever. But I'm like, it's just easy to put on. And you can wear the same shirt and nobody would notice. Obviously, I don't.
True.
But you could and
That
nobody would notice. But it's just easy.
And I feel it's also outside of like, you know, blue, you know how like, I don't know how to describe this. There are like blue blacks and there are red blacks. And like, it's kind of hard to mix and match. Blacks, like just as is a solid palette, but blacks go with any other colors. And it's so easy to just mix it up with your closet.
It is. I had a question, but it just slipped my noggin. Yeah. It literally just went out. I'll probably come back in a minute. I really had it when you were saying it. Oh, also, I know we mentioned this in the part 1 of Instagram Live, but I know you said you were working at your new store. I know you said all of that stuff, but synopsis of that is...
Yeah, I can go over it again. So, I work now. I used to work at CVS, which is great, you know. We love being employed, but now I work as a graphic designer at a t-shirt company, and it's actually fun. I wouldn't say like it's like, you know, end all be all, this is where I'm going to be for the rest of my life. I love this place, you know, but I actually enjoy the people I work with, and I like making shirts. I like learning about the process. I like making designs for like the people that come in, and honestly, like when it comes to just progressing in life, I feel like I'm not doing too bad. Yeah. And you mentioned that you've been like working on your podcast and working on, you know, playing sax and music every now and then, not as much lately.
That's where we left off, and it just went kaput. What was I saying? All right, so the project that I need your help on, of course.
Yes.
That's coming out, like I said, it's supposed to be last year, but I think I'm going to do like September, October with like the vibe I was mentioning to you before, which is like a 90s vibe. But the previous project you helped me with that's coming out soon, that comes out, it's like a summer vibe. That one has 4 songs, but this one has like, I think 8 is what I said. 8 songs. But I'm hoping that people rock out with this because it is instrumental again. I'm trying to get people on, but it's not, the vibes didn't work. So I'm like, I don't want to just throw just anybody on there when I can just do it myself. But this project is, like I said, is a 90s R&B, jazz, chill hop, Drakey vibe. So if you had any ideas, I mean, I know it's some time from now, but if you had any ideas, that's kind of where it is, and I can send you some, like a track or 2.
I'll think about it. I'll send you brainstorm ideas later. Yeah.
I don't mind having it all black. Give me an all black cover, but you know, but enough color would be nice. So you know, it'd be but I'm excited.
Some black.
Yeah, I'm excited. To your question, that's kind of what I've been working on. That one, kind of rebuilding it to come out later for when it is, and doing the sax and the podcast. I enjoy doing the podcast. It's a lot of work because I'm doing it all myself. by that, I mean like the recording, the editing, the posting, the re-recording, the editing is
many
exhausting.
hats that you wear.
It's exhausting, especially not doing it live. You have to save it and cut it, and it's just I give my hat off to people who do this full time, because I'm like, the patience is insane, and I'm learning that too. So
for sure. And then you find that you're like a social media manager, a content creator, everything under the moon is your job.
Right, which I think is a cool job to have, but I'm like, I need help with this part. Like, this is a lot. My mom's like, you're still working on that? I'm like, yeah. She's like, but why? I'm like, because this is what I'm doing. I don't know. So, but you know, it's enjoyable. I'm trying to see, like I was telling you before, the fruits. I'm trying to enjoy it and not just focus on like, why am I not getting, say, like more likes or more followers, more views, or more people asking me to work with them. But I'm just trying to, especially with the show, like even if I have 3 people on the show, I know somebody, at least one person out of those 3 is hearing what I'm saying, and maybe it might help them with whatever they're going through, versus, oh, this person has 50 people on their show and 100 comments, but like you can have all this fluff and not mean anything. So that's just kind of how I'm looking at it, even though I talk about my own stuff. So
and it will even come with time, you know, like even though right now obviously like it's not the world of support, you still have your few people, and those few people, like I know my few people really, like they're good to me. They're the reason I keep going. And you'll get even more few people, if that makes sense. Like you'll find your people, you'll find the people that are like crazy about your work, and they'll stick around.
I know. That's what I'm just focusing on that. So hopefully with the sax, because I forgot the sax live sessions I do. I totally forgot about that. Those are fun. I kind of tweak that too, to just playing the song versus talking about it and doing all that stuff. So that's been fun. And I'm teaching myself also how to play again. This is a constant thing. So me just playing for the song, I'm actually learning the notes over and over again. So that's also a fun progress too.
You're learning.
I'm learning, right? Teaching my 2 cents on what I know about this song. But it's fun. Now that COVID is slightly over, hopefully with the summer it'll be more things, safely obviously, but it would be nice to play at some place or some outdoor thing, so you know more people can hear it, because you know. But we shall see.
Hopefully it only gets better. I know it will, but
Same for you too. I mean, like we're working, we're striving, and I know you've been doing this probably longer than I've been doing the show and stuff, but you know.
Yeah, I have, I guess. You did start the show whenever I was like, you know, working on art for you. Yeah. But it hasn't been too much longer. I didn't start until like May, June 2020.
So it's around that time. Okay, it feels longer. I don't know why.
It does.
But
being locked up in the beginning threw off the time schedule, I swear.
Oh my gosh. I know this sounds like a weird thing to ask, but do you remember one of the questions that I sent you on the list? Because my thing went away. I don't know where it went. Everything just shut down. I don't know what happened. I thought I saved it, but I guess not.
I didn't realize that swiping up would completely get rid of anything, and my phone is actually officially dead.
That's what happened to mine. It's just a struggle.
That's okay, though. That's okay. That's okay.
I kind of forgot. I remember one of the questions. I think I said, what made you decide you wanted to start graphic design? I think that was one of the questions I asked.
When I was a kid, I always drew, whether it was like doodling on little corners of my tests. I would always like, my teachers would always like be like, you're not supposed to do that, but I would always draw mermaids on the back of my like tests, and I like sometimes I'd draw my teachers as mermaids. They'd always get annoyed, but I was always doodling. And I remember like clearly in like 6th grade, my girlfriend at the time, I would always draw like anime like art, and the eyes were horrid. No. the worst. Everything was terrible, but I enjoyed it. It was always fun, and yeah. And I always kind of knew that I enjoyed doing art. I just didn't know that it was a possibility. So I actually didn't know I wanted to do graphic design or illustration or anything. I originally thought, oh, I'm going to be a veterinarian when I grow up. And then eventually I grew up a little more and I was like, oh, I'm going to be a psychologist when I grow up. And then I realized how ethically psychology is strange. It makes no sense because there are some things that, you know, you're like, this would be best for the client, I think.
Yeah.
But it isn't. It isn't on paper best for the client. And there's so many rules and regulations. And so I was like, okay, I can do psychology, but do I want to? Not as much. And then I started like connecting to, I guess you could say, my inner child and whatnot. And just kind of remembering like how much I used to love drawing. When I was a kid, I would always love drawing, singing. I was also really big on music when I was younger. But yeah, just connecting to that during like the beginning of the pandemic.
Yeah.
I was like, why would I let this go? I have no reason to stop. And if I'm able to maybe make money with it, that'd be great. And then I found out that you can make money with it. And then I was like, oh, dang, this is good. This is good.
So do you still sing?
I do still sing. If you asked my partner, they would say,
no.
They can sing. They can sing. But one second, I'm going to turn on my light. I don't think. Okay.
Oh, goodness. I just honestly thought it was getting darker where you were. I didn't know the light was on.
It is getting darker. Alrighty. Maybe this is a little better. But yeah, I can hold a note. Then again, people say that I say I can hold a note and then pull out.
They just.
Yeah. Apparently. But yeah, I used to play a lot of guitar. I still play guitar. I play ukulele. I play piano a little bit. I never begun to touch any like reed or brass instruments or woodwind. I mean, recorder in elementary school, but who didn't? Yeah, I know that you're good at everything that I kind of wish I was.
Well, that's well, I appreciate that. I don't think I'm good at. I think if I stay consistent with something, I could be, but I get bored very easily. Not that I'm like trying to get up. I'm just like, I could do something else that I know I'm good at. Even though it's kind of like the easy way out, but with the sax, I'm like determined to be like, it's not going to be another thing in my room like my guitar and this controller. So, and I enjoy it too. I think it really depends on if you enjoy playing or doing what you're doing. If you're just doing it just because everybody else is doing it, then you're just doing it because everybody else is doing it. But if you're doing it because you love it, I think that passion seeps through. I can't hold a note for nothing. But I started singing the 𝗕𝗿𝗄 𝗟𝗃 song like I was there with her. So
yeah. And once you like connect with an instrument or like a hobby of any sort, really, it's like it's so hard to stop or to want to stop. Sometimes it like fades away, but you don't want to have it fade away.
I try not to. At least with me looking at it every day. That's like why I keep it where I can see it. It's like that push that I need.
For sure.
For me.
So, like I recently started learning how to longboard and roller skate. And now like every time I look at my like longboard in the corner of my room, I'm like, oh, maybe I should longboard. I don't want to like next time that I don't want to accidentally like stop for a month and then stand on the longboard and fall on my face because I've worked too hard to get to a point where I can actually skate.
Roller skating, it sounds fun. I can't ice skate. We used to go on trips for school. I would be on the wall hugging it like for dear life. But roller skating, I can do. I don't know if it's just a thing that we can do, but I know I definitely can roller skate. But that's like inside, not like outside on the streets like Sonic. I can't do that, but
no, I cannot. The way Sonic workers are another breed. They have a skill that I can't even begin to imagine myself
I
having.
understand. And cars coming in, we're scared. I don't get it.
And then the way they like casually like jump off the curb to like hand you your food.
I would drop everything and just run off somewhere. I'm like, I'm sorry, I quit.
Dude, I would have fell. I would fall and I'd be embarrassed. I'd not come to work the next day. Yeah.
Actually, Sonic is actually really good. I used to not like it, but they're like hot dogs, those drinks that they always advertise, they actually taste like how they advertise, not like McDonald's. Their food does not look like how they advertise it. It's just gross. I used to love McDonald's, like die-hard McDonald's fan, but
I used to be obsessed with the chicken nuggets, but as I grow up, I don't like the chicken nuggets.
What is it? But I'm like, no offense,
Sonic,
I love you, but just like your advertisements aren't accurate.
Yeah.
But it's okay. You do you. So
with Sonic, I love their cherry limeades though.
Yes. I add nerds in mine. I'm always extra.
Oh, that
like
sounds
cherry
like
limeade.
a party drink.
It does little pop rocks in your mouth.
Yeah.
And the funny thing is, I never have a cavity. It's the craziest thing. Well, actually, I lied. I had one when I had 5 when I was 8 years old. At the same time, I had 5 cavities.
At the same time.
That was back when I was eating a bunch of sugar, and so, like, my life didn't depend on it. So it was bad. But since then, I've never had a cavity at all.
We've all been there once.
But 5 at once? That was
I haven't been that bad once, but we all have our teeth problems every now and then, I guess.
Have you had your wisdom teeth both come at the same time?
No, I actually still haven't gotten my wisdom teeth pulled because they don't irritate me.
Oh, yeah. Mine came at the same time. It turned from a headache to a cold to a sinus infection to my mouth like dripping with like stuff. And then turned out when I went to the dentist, I had both my wisdom teeth coming in at the same time.
Dude,
take these out. I ain't dealing with this no more.
That is so stressful.
You know how crazy you look with like a tissue and drool coming down?
Yeah. Holy cow. Yeah, I'm glad you got those out.
I was like, and this was like 3 years ago. It wasn't like I was like 7. It was like 3 years ago. I'm like, my life is just what it is. On top of that, I broke my ankle twice on the same foot in a year apart. Did I tell you about that?
Ouch.
Okay.
I've never broken a bone.
Outside of that, I never have before or after.
When was that?
When I was in college, my first school. The first time was my fault, I'll admit. The second time wasn't my fault. It was because the first time I was on the phone and not paying attention, and I missed a step in my school parking lot. So I broke my ankle, my right ankle. Luckily, no surgery, nothing damaging, too bad. I had like the cast. But it was the semester I was graduating. I was determined to finish school. So I was in school with crutches, a cast, and a wheelchair going to school. I'm not doing that. Anyway, that happened. Everything healed. Blah, blah, blah. Fast forward a year later, it was Valentine's Day. I had a date or whatever you want to call it. And then at the end of the day, it was raining, blah, blah, blah. His behind parked so close to my sidewalk. So when my foot came out, it missed the sidewalk and it went in that spot between the car door and the sidewalk.
Oh, no.
Mind you, it was raining. And I never wear heels. And I wore heels that time. Yay. And the first one, I broke my ankle. The second one, I broke my foot. It's the same foot, mind you, in a year's time span. It was a mess.
Ouch.
I broke my foot. I had the cast. No surgery, thank goodness. And the whole time, he never visited me once. I'm like, how you injure me and not visit me? That's just rude.
That is rude.
But outside of that, and my wisdom teeth and my cavities, I've been fine.
Good.
Those are my stories that nobody ever believes when I say. I'm like, no, it really did happen. I still have my crutches somewhere. I was like, it's a lot of,
honestly,
what do you call it? Strength, because strength. What is it? I can't think of the word right now, because I'm so tall. Right. All that, whatchamacallit, on your foot. It was bad. It was bad. So
yeah, all the weight on your feet.
Yep. That's the word. I couldn't think of the word. There we go. Weight. So
very good.
But yeah, so I was like, oh, this is a fun year. But after that, I've, for the most part, I guess, been okay. So.
Yeah. I've never honestly had like any horror stories with my body.
They are horror stories.
No broken legs, no broken bones. Honestly, wisdom teeth came in and I was lucky enough to not be in pain.
Good. Thank goodness.
Yeah. Or I guess they're only in like a little bit. I guess I have baby wisdom teeth.
The baby
they're so
wisdom
small. Teeth. They're tiny.
But the thing is, they didn't hurt. It was just everything else was going on at the same time. Like the teeth and action, just everything else I was saying just, and then numbed them.
Bad combo.
But it was weird. It was just the weirdest thing. But
strange. That's life, I guess. Yeah.
Oh, goodness gracious. Well, I hope that if I could find the first part 1, I will. But I think this one kind of was more so like a smorgasbord of talking about different things, which is kind of what I wanted. So it wouldn't feel so weird. Even for me, when I come on, it's just me, I still get nervous because somebody's watching, even so. But I hope this one wasn't as, too much. Nice. If I can find the other one, that would be nice. But I think I kind of liked how this one was flowing because we kind of talked about, we kind of like synopsized, it's not even a word, condensed everything into an episode. Sure. So that's pretty cool. But
I feel like both of them came out good, but either way,
if I can find that one, I'll send it to you. If I can find that one, I'll send it to you. But if not, I'll use this one. Because like I said, I'm not used to doing them live anymore. I just pre-record them and post them whenever. This one will be next week or the following, but I will definitely send it to you so you'll have this episode and let you know when it's live.
Cool beans.
So it's new. I'm learning. Like I said, I'm doing this all on my own. I have like coaches, mentors, but it's just the process of learning the ins and outs, I guess, of video production, I guess what you call it, content creating. So it's fun. I will say I do enjoy it for somebody who doesn't like being on social media, but I do enjoy it. I hate TikTok, but I'm on it. But, what are you going to do? Well, that's what we were talking about. Yeah, TikTok is the devil. Don't go on it. If you can't help it. One video, look up, and you're there for hours.
Forever. You're
so no, I wouldn't recommend doing that. And I have a TikTok, and I'm on it like every other day. But I'm forcing myself to not look at it after like 5 o'clock. Because when I look at it after 5, it's like 8, then it's 12, and it's 2. I'm like, okay. And it goes. I don't know, but I'm like,
just keeps going, keep scrolling.
Yeah. Yeah, and now that you can go live, you can go live too now. I did not know that. So I'm like, well, there you go.
I did not. Oh, you can go live, actually.
I never knew that.
I scroll past them.
Yeah. So I was like,
I forget.
That's another issue, that you can go live on TikTok now. But I'm like, well, but I don't know. I think having these platforms, I hope people use them the right way, because I've watched other podcasters and other content creators, and I try to not copy what they do, but try to see the routes that they take. And I like watching, inspirational, motivational podcasters kind of give you that boost that you need when you're kind of feeling like things changing. So I do recommend. I think I have it in my bio, some podcasters or potters, whatever you want to call it, that I've looked at and watched their shows.
I'll check them out.
It's like a motivational thing, It's a motivational thing. Sometimes we need that little boost. Sometimes.
For sure. I do sometimes.
Yeah. As an artist, I know so.
Definitely.
How's the weather been by you? Is it hurricane season?
It's honestly so warm out here. I feel like I'm
misty.
Yeah, that's Florida though. So it's just humid. It's not even that it's hot, it's humid.
Yeah.
And I know that's such a Florida thing to say.
No. It's okay.
It's so wet out here. It's
wet. But you guys are okay with that hurricane that was there, or tornado, or whatever it was, right?
Honestly, they said the tornado was going to go or not tornado. They said this tropical storm was going to go directly over my place, and then it rained for like a day, and nothing happened. Then, once again, it's a Florida thing, but like, I saw it was a tropical storm, and I was like, I'll be fine. It's not a Category 4 hurricane.
Oh, okay, good. Because I was reading the stuff, I was like, they can't catch a break back to back. But I was like, okay, I'm glad you guys are okay. How is it down there with COVID? Unfortunately,
like, Florida just gets so hit with water, like with hurricanes.
All the time.
What were you saying? Sorry.
No, it's okay. I think it's a delay. I didn't want to cut you off. I was saying, COVID. How is it with COVID restrictions being lifted? Like, are people wearing the masks, not wearing the masks? They're just still being extra?
I don't know. I feel like I don't want to say everyone, Obviously, there are some people that are like actually, staying safe,
Yeah.
staying protected. But I definitely feel like there are a lot of people that aren't vaccinated walking around maskless.
Yeah.
And it stresses me out a little bit. But I'm fully vaccinated.
Yeah,
And everyone in my family is fully vaccinated. So I'm like, I should be okay.
Yeah. I wish they wore a mask or they had their card with them. I know it's kind of personal, but like,
no, I'm not going to
ease.
ask anyone.
Yeah.
But like, even me, I'm fully vaccinated, but I still wear my mask.
Yeah.
Just because, like, until I know that like everyone's fairly safe, I think to myself, like, what about the people that can't get the vaccine? I don't want to give them COVID.
Yeah,
necessarily.
Yeah, when you could just wear the mask. At least if you're around people, if you're home or whatever, that's fine. But
yeah,
just if you can.
Usually, if I'm with like a group of friends that I know is like fine, really protect themselves and are hopefully vaccinated as well. Like if I'm with like friends that I know, I'll be maskless, I'll party, whatever. But if I'm like with even like a single stranger that I don't know where they've been, I get worried.
Yeah. Especially since for me, I live with my folks. They're in that age category, and we were all vaccinated. Just the extraness that I don't need to worry about. I'm like, for what? It's okay. Whatever that I think I'm missing will still be there next year.
For sure.
But lives aren't that, easy to say. So I'm like, I'm not really in a hurry to be like, oh my God, COVID is over. Let me just run wild. I'm like, it's not that serious.
No,
It really isn't.
Like, it'll be there tomorrow. It'll be there the next day. It'll be there in like 5 years.
Yeah.
Like Disney's not gonna close.
Right.
So many different places. They're not gonna close.
Yeah.
Some small businesses, unfortunately, have like had their problems, but I just can't help but feel like there's no point in risking your life or the people that you care about either, just to hang.
I know, for like 10-15 minutes where you can see them next fall, they'll still be there. Especially if you're living with, family members. If you're by yourself, obviously you should still be safe. But like, if you can help it, like I'm not stressing about a party or this event.
Exactly.
Just do it virtually, or I'll see the posts later.
Exactly.
Like
I think to myself, like the kind of event coordinating. I know that like online events, they're not as fun always. They're not as fun.
No.
Real life.
Yeah.
They're not. But at the same time, if you have the opportunity to protect people, you might as well.
Yeah, for the time being.
Yeah. Until it becomes silly,
Yeah.
Like until
it's like
until
2 years from now.
99% of the nation's fully vaccinated and like Delta variant isn't around.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is crazy because I don't know where this thing came from, but I try to keep the TV off of my mom. It'll go off. So I'm like, no, it's okay.
I feel you. But yeah, it was so nice talking with you, Lana.
You
my
too.
My iPad is at 5% right now.
No,
mine goes down.
Well, my phone. And I'm not gonna let this die this time. So let it die after I save it. So my phone's like 10%. I'm like, okay, got it, thank you. But before we go, I know you said last one. You said to time your time on social media. You said it's in settings under the apps.
Yeah. So I have limited time on all of my social media apps.
Yeah.
I believe that it's settings, battery, and then battery saver, and then limit the apps by time. I have mine at like 15 minutes a day, and it gives you the option of being like, would you like to extend your time? And I either hit yes or no. Sometimes I'm on TikTok a little too long, and I'm like, no, ignore limit for today. And I just keep going. But usually it's a friendly reminder that, like, I've been here a little too long.
I need that, especially with TikTok. I don't think Instagram, because after I do the show, I offload the app, and then I come back on every week. But
that's smart.
To save my mental time. But TikTok, I definitely will use that for, because I'm on there way too much. Even my mom is yelling, saying, get off TikTok. So
pretty much. Yeah,
I'll do that for
it's
TikTok.
rough.
That's helpful. I never knew you could do that, but thank you for that.
Of course. Little tidbits of info.
Now, can you still limit your time even if you're signed out? Or not signed out, but like if you're not on the app, will it tell you? Or only if you're on the app, it says you have to.
It's only if you're on the app. So like you'll be scrolling through the app and then it gives you a little it like clears out your screen for a second. And it says you just reached your limit. Do you want to close the app or stay for 1 more minute, stay for 15, or ignore your limit for the day? And then usually I'm like, oh, maybe I should just close it. Other times I'm like, ignore it.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, I definitely need that for TikTok because every time it's like 3 hours, I'm like, what just happened?
Mm-hmm.
That's helpful. Okay.
For sure.
I'm definitely.
I try to avoid clicking ignore for today.
Yeah.
I usually try to say remind me in 15 minutes because I'll either be like, working on my Instagram for like art,
right.
And
you don't need that.
It's not the same thing as like scrolling through for no reason.
Right.
Yeah. And I just feel like it's a good reminder. It's just a reminder.
I need that. Okay. I'm going to definitely
you can definitely do it. Yeah. I'll send you the instructions after.
Yes,
I'll like double check my thing. Got you.
Because I probably won't know where to go anyway, so.
Don't worry.
After you told me twice, but it's okay. But no, I appreciate your patience and the time working with my funky electronics.
Anytime. It's always nice talking with you. Even like when we're like sending voice memos back and forth, like it's always good vibes with you.
Oh, good. I know sometimes it gets redundant doing text. Sometimes I do a voice message. It kind of that gets to the point, but it's like, oh, there's a personal other line versus just text messaging. So I try to do that, but no, it's fun. But I appreciate you coming on this. I know, like you're like me when it comes to things. I'm like, no, don't ask me. Don't look at me, but. I appreciate it, and like I said, it's helping me with my eye contact and public speaking and self-confidence, and and it helps your work as well too. Not just me just rambling on for an hour, but also people get to see your stuff. Oh, do you still have your paintings before we go? Because I know you put in the last one.
So they are actually for sale on my website if anyone's interested. I don't know how many people are here. But, you can't really see it with the lighting. Oh, what can I do? So the light source is from up here, so I'm going to lay it on my lap. There it is. Okay, so here's a cloud painting. Here's a painting of some trees. Oh, sorry, this is like not effective. And then here's a painting of a girl.
That's my favorite one. How much is that?
These, so I believe they start at $80. The 8x10, I usually like do it $1 per inch-ish, So 8x10 is like 80. And then this is a 11x16, I believe. So it is... One day I'll know math. One day. But today isn't the day. I believe that it's about 150 though. But yeah, while I'm getting started and learning, I try to keep them at a like lower price. I know some people charge like thousands of dollars for paintings, but I'm not ready. I'm not there yet.
No, so that one with the black fro, pretty girl woman, that's on your website?
Yes.
Okay, because I definitely want to buy that one. And let us know your website, please.
𝗠𝗸𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 commission custom work.
Okay.
Or you can go to constantcreates.com/shop to buy any paintings or prints or stickers or anything else that I've made in the past.
Good. Yeah, because I like that one. So hopefully it's still there when I look at it. Look for
I'll
it.
send you the link.
Yes, please.
Cool.
But I appreciate this. I hope you have a great evening. I hope it's not too
You
humid
too, right
later.
back at you. It is definitely evening. It is so dark out. Yeah. You have a good evening too. I really appreciate you inviting me.
Well, thank you for your time. I appreciate it. I definitely do this again.
Yes,
maybe different environment where I'm outside or something. But it was just
probably an earlier time too.
Yeah, definitely. But I appreciate it though.
Awesome. You have a good night, Lana.
Have a good night.
Ciao. How do you close? Oh, there's an X. Bye. Have a good day.
You too.
Good night. Bye.
Oh gosh, I can't with them. All right, guys, that's about it. So before my phone dies, and before my phone dies, ooh, just hurt my elbow. I need to get off this. That's a wrap of Pure Sessions with your girl Lana. And thank you again, Constant Creates and Faye Creates, for joining. I appreciate you. Guys, I'm on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, SoundCloud, YouTube. I'm Pure. Stay tuned for a new episode and do something today that you didn't do the day before. And have a great, great evening.